But very early on in my career, I always wanted to work for Namdeb. It really is a brilliant team of people.
Come on.
And I consider myself so immensely fortunate and privileged.
We've got an individual in the building. We've got Carol Schroeder, is an admitted legal practitioner of the High Court of Namibia, has served in various legal advisory roles, is disciplined, high-performing in-house legal counselor with over 15 years of experience, and has successfully steered a career leading her to a current role as a legal advisor and assistant group company secretary at Namdeb Diamond Corporation. She joins us here in studio today. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you this morning?
Oh, wonderful.
Are you a morning person, may I ask?
I absolutely am.
What's the earliest you're up and out of the door?
Well, I think the earliest I've been out is about 6 a.m.
6 a.m.
Yes.
And it's a Thursday. Is it a slow one for you, or it's okay? And how's the week been?
The week has been amazing. You know, I actually am a mother of twins. They're 6 months old currently. So
6?
Yeah, so I'm part of this, what they call the sleepless elite.
Oh, yeah. Good work. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
I have 2 boys myself, 5 and 2. So yeah, they sleep. But I can imagine 6 months, when one cries, it wakes the other one. They are still at that level.
Yeah, you know, they sometimes in a relay, sometimes at the same time, you know. But yeah, it's a special journey.
That's beautiful. So tell us, what kind of childhood did you have, and how did that shape you to be the person you are today?
I must say I had a wonderful and eventful childhood.
Yeah.
And, you know, I was fortunate enough for the first phase of my life to have lived with both of my parents.
Wow.
But my parents obviously, they split when I was 7 years of age. But be that as it may, both of my parents really played a meaningful role in my life and ultimately shaped who I am today. More so my mother, who obviously later on as a single parent gave up a lot of precious moments in her life so that, you know, I can have them in mine.
Wow, that's beautiful. What was your biggest dream when you were growing up? Like, what's that thing you're like, when you were a kid, all of us wanted to be presidents of the world, football players, astronauts, and all of that nice stuff. What was yours?
You know, Mooks, many a child, I think we can all confirm, has always wanted to be like, I want to be a doctor, I want to be a lawyer. But interesting enough, very early on in my life, I realized that, you know, I want to be a lawyer. I've always leaned towards the law. And, you know, at high school, actually, we did these personality and aptitude tests. And, you know, law and business were the 2 things that
pulled you.
You pulled it, that basically pulled me. But yeah, you know, I think as children, we also tend to emulate our parents.
Facts, 100%.
And my mother at the time of myself growing up was also in the corporate world.
Oh, okay.
And I actually assisted her as, you know, holiday work as a teenager. And I was always so, you know, I just always admired the corporate world. And I mean, if I'm really honest with myself, I haven't shared this with many people. But very early on in my career, I always wanted to work for Namdeb. It really is a brilliant team of people.
Come on.
And I consider myself so immensely fortunate and privileged, you know, to be not only part of Namdeb, and I think we should really take the time to read and find out about the good that diamonds do. You know, and not just Namdeb, but the entire De Beers Namibian group of companies like Dep Marine and Namibia Diamond Trading Company. And if you don't know, now you know, and do take the time to read.
You know what?
But please, I must say this. You know, I haven't been in the diamond industry for so long, but I can honestly say that I witnessed firsthand not only the good that diamonds do, but you know, the difference that it makes, it transforms the lives of individuals, of communities, and if not globally, you know, countries, and it's amazing. But please do take the time to read.
No, you know what? I can actually boast and say every morning we have the Royal Hustlers, and every morning we have a did you know fact about Namdeb, and we do that every morning. So we've been doing our part.
Oh, fantastic. Good to know.
We'll quickly take a break and we will continue the conversation here with Carol. 99 FM, your inspiration station. You're still listening to Mooks in the morning, and we're still joined by Carol here in her studio. Among her portfolio of achievements, she holds a B Juris, an LLB degree. She's a court-accredited mediator and has numerous certificates, amongst others, leadership, good corporate governance, and project management, and many more. She's still here in the studio discussing with us. What are some of your early influences you've had along the way?
Mooks, I must say I've had numerous influences throughout my life, but what stands out for me is my mother and my grandmother. You know, there was always this, they instilled in me a deep sense of, you know, numerous values, really: respect, philanthropy, cleanliness. I think for those that know me, I'm a little bit of a perfectionist.
Come on.
But just the discipline and the structure that has always been part of my life. But I was also very involved in sports. And as we know, sports has a lot of core values that you develop. You know, it's leadership, it's ethics, it's resilience, it's perseverance. Discipline, of course, I think has been a recurring sort of theme throughout my life, having been involved in so many things. I actually thought the other day, now that I'm a new mom, my mother was driving so up and down, and I had no, appreciation for the up and down that she had to do on a weekly basis. But yeah, obviously I've been influenced both in my personal and professional life. I had mentors. I have a favorite uncle who's always played a father figure role in my life. Brother, sister, cousins, aunt. It does take a village, as they say. So and I've done quite a bit of globe trotting, and it's amazing how a 5-minute conversation can be so insightful and life changing. 100%. And I really do owe a lot of my accomplishments and successes to the people. And I can actually credit all of them. My friends, my friends who have since I guess become the sisters that I've chosen. But yeah, there's too many to mention. But they know. They have made an impact in my life. And my mother, I must say again, she allowed me to be who I am. Fearlessness, confidence, always encouraging me to be the best version of myself. So that really has been recurring values throughout my life.
Wow, you mentioned mommy.
Yes, no, she is an absolute pillar, hey?
Yeah, but you also mentioned that you're a mom?
Yes.
Yes, walk us through. What do you do on your downtime? Is it mommy time? What do you do when you're free, when you're away from the corporate world and the corporate stress?
Well, generally I love reading. I love spending time with family. Community is very important to me. And again, those are the themes that feature throughout my life so far. But I think balance is something that many a person, I think, struggles with. And one can't
100%.
always maintain that perfect balance. But I must say that my twins have really helped me, with that particular thing. And one of the things that I must mention, from besides, closer to home globally, I think many of us have been influenced by someone like Oprah, and she's a global leader. She's one of the most respected and admired people across the world. But one of the things that she always often speaks about, and maybe not too often, but if you actually do follow her, you'll know that there's a number of things that keep her grounded. And those are the things that I've also tried to sort of apply in my life, and you want to have, she always, as part of reaching that highest, truest expression of herself, you need to be purpose-driven. You must have a sense of self-worth. You must, make space for, I guess, mindfulness and, stillness. And I think balance has also been a very important part or having that balanced life in all facets of your life is important. And it's something that has always been a work in progress for me. And the reason why I mention that is that the twins have really very quickly brought me to that space.
Gotcha.
So one must make time. You must make time for yourself. You must be there for others. And of course, to perform optimally, you need to rest.
Wow,
but yeah, balance in all facets of your life, I think, will always be a work in progress for many of us.
Because of time, please do. Are there any life career advice that you would like to share with our listeners this morning? Or any final words?
Yeah, sure. Okay, so very, very quickly, I think, look, the world is changing faster than we know it. And the data has shown that if you're studying towards a technical degree, what you've learned in your first year could potentially be outdated by your fourth year. And that's how fast the world is changing. But I think always be unapologetically authentic and true to yourself without compromising your values.
Come on.
And, do not set limitations for yourself, because if you do, you get to keep them. And at the end of the day, you have the remote control, but you cannot control everything. No one gets it right all the time. And I think not only to myself and to ourselves here in the studio, but to every listener, I would like to say that, failure is part of life, and you will experience it in some part of your life. But therein also lies an opportunity, to grow, to evolve, and to become a better version of yourself. And we should all strive to do that and embrace it. Because why? If you set limitations for yourself, you get to keep them.
Oh, that is so. I'm stealing that. I'm stealing that. Carol, thank you so much for coming through.
You're most welcome.
To us.
It was a pleasure.
It was very, very fun. There, you heard it. You heard it, yeah? If you hear me say this, you know where I got it from, yeah?
That was 99 FM's Royal Hustlers.
Proudly brought to you by Namdeb Diamond Corporation.